Lately, I have been finding myself asking the question, what is it about GTA 6 that feels different? Now, before you say, but it's not out yet, what are you talking about, Bellend? Let me just say, I'm talking purely based on the marketing materials we have and the trailers we have seen. So, what am I saying feels different? Well, that's a little hard to say. There's something that really caught my eye when I was looking at all of these promotional images and rewatching the trailer that I've never really noticed before. And it could be either one of two things. One, I have a god-tier media literacy and picked up on something that I don't think anyone else has picked up on. Or two, I'm reaching, and it's all in aid to put a video together this week, and I've made up some absolute bullshit for that sweet ad revenue. Worth it. Sadly, I don't think it's either. I think it's just a side projection of the current landscape of marketing we live in. Now, don't worry, I'm not going to drag you along for 25 minutes. I'll tell you straight up at the start right now, so here's what I think. I think we're not meant to feel directly connected to Lucia or Jason. Yeah, it's a weird sentence, right? But there's something about all of these images and the trailers that really struck me. I can get a feel for who these people are, but I see no resemblance of a character I can get behind yet. Look, give me a minute to sit down and explain why I think this is an unusual perspective for Rockstar to approach things from, and also highlight something even weirder I noticed when doing research for this video. So grab your food, crack open a cold one, and let me tell you why I think GTA 6 feels different. So let's start with what set me about noticing this. This screenshot right here. It's part of the promotional materials that Rockstar put out on the website. Now, if you're not a marketing or film nerd, you might not know that the term for this kind of shot is called a hero shot. You see these all the time in marketing for film, television, and advertising. They are really obvious shots of important or integral stuff to whatever it is. Being sold a razor, for example, alright, bet, here's your hero shot of your razor. Watching something like The Avengers, alright, bet, here's your hero shot of the characters. Bam, done. Really simple. But something struck me with these hero shots. They feel different. It wasn't just this one of Jason either, it was the same for Lucia. Multiple hero shots that feel more like I am not supposed to idolize or sympathize, but more like I'm supposed to be observing them. The term voyeur in this day and age has some really fucked underlying pervy shit go on with it, so I'm not using the word lightly considering. But I do feel like a voyeur looking at these shots more than I feel like I'm supposed to want to know these characters. These shots were all purposefully chosen by Rockstar to put out as part of their dump of promotional material after the delay in May. So they very, very specifically chose these shots to represent our protagonists. Now you might be sat there going, oh fuck, he's at it again, making shit up because there's little to no news on GTA and he's trying to fill the next year. You might be right. But what if I pull some more examples? Let's take actual video. Trailer 2 is a great example of more of these very purposefully chosen voyeuristic shots. Now, I know these are cutscenes or in-game cinematics or whatever you want to call them, but I do find these odd to be part of what is going on. Let me give you a very direct example and break down what I think is happening. Here in this scene is when Jason and Lucia, we assume, first see each other after Lucia gets out of jail. What do you notice? What strikes you? Maybe nothing, and that's fine. You didn't pay for a £27,000 film degree so you could waste your life making videos on YouTube about a game. Fuck, what am I doing with my life? But here's what I think is worth noting. The shot choices, number one. These lower angles set off to the sidebars of the characters are very intentional. It feels more like you're stood off to one side watching these two people, not like you are Jason or you are Lucia and going through it. You feel more like you are drawn to watching and observing them than you do being directly involved. I'm sure you have people watched at some point in your life, whether you just sit there and watch someone in work or a bus or in a bar or whatever it is. You've probably done this. Unless, of course, you never leave your Guna cave because you are scared of missing out on your favorite VTuber's stream. Trust me, bro, she loves me really, and you've met her in person. Sure, bro, alright. But You know this feeling, a watchful perspective, which is a really odd choice considering we are going to be playing Lucia and Jason. If you still aren't convinced, look at the frames here at the start of the trailer. Jason is patching up his roof. Just fixing the leaks, yeah, that's aged well. Anyway, these shots feel more connected with the character. It feels like we are seeing things from Jason's perspective. Brian's come by to chat some shit real quick, and it feels as though we're being set an easy task. This is clearly some kind of mission intro, which I believe is early in the game, that will set up a quick bit of go here, do this. Completely fine. So the bigger narrative hasn't kicked in just yet, so it wants you to feel directly in control of Jason, because this cutscene is here to build a quick reason for you to go and do something. All of the shots here reflect this. Then of course towards the end of this segment we can clearly see the transition from cutscene to third person as we go through the door. We saw this a lot in Red Dead 2, so to disconnect you from the character too much in that time would be weird. But then we come back here and we are literally in observation mode. Why? Well, here's my best guess. Besides probably some kind of prologue where Jason and Lucia are together before being separated, this will be the first time the game gives us both Jason and Lucia. We all kind of know these are our Bonnie and Clyde for the next God knows how many hours, and I would hazard a guess that before this we have seen two different lives. We probably get to do some stuff as Lucia in jail, and we get to do some stuff as Jason in the time between her arrest and then picking her up at this point. But whilst we might have played them separately, there's a bigger thing here, and some of you might not like this, and for those of you, I am genuinely sorry you've never experienced a connection like this in your life. But these two people are in love.
Gay!
Yeah, it's awkward to say, and people don't want to talk about it because this is GTA and the heavy male player base of 14-year-olds think it's lame. But I'm here to say I think it's a really good angle to come at this from. Hey! Stay away from that fucking dislike button, you turbo virgin, and hear me out. Now I know some of you might hate this aspect of the story, but I actually love this whole aspect, purely because this is not something that's ever been touched on in GTA before, and I think it's something that makes decisions weighty and deeper, is having a reason to connect with these aspects of the character. However, we come back to why does this feel voyeuristic if we're supposed to be in love? Awesome question, here's why. We are not. They are. We are the passerby at this point. We've had no time to connect with these characters yet, their deeper emotions or their world. If you've ever been in a long-term relationship in your life, you know this feeling. The first date doesn't feel the same as 5 years later. On the first date, you're excited and nervous and ready to smash her back doors in, but deep-rooted love, care, and affection takes a really long time to understand, and put it into perspective, that's what these two have, is somewhere in that ballpark. And it's not for us yet to understand that, it's for us to observe and note. Along with that, we've never played two characters who are in love before. So this is a really weird place to be. Not only do we have to feel care and affection for one of them, but we need to feel it for them both. I need to feel like I want Lucia to put my face in between her knockers and tell me it's all going to be okay. And at the same time, I need to feel like I want Jason to cuddle me with those big bare arms and make everything else in the world stop existing as I stare into his dreamy eyes. What was I saying? Yes. We're not there yet. We don't have those feelings towards either, so to a degree, these characters are not meant for us to be connecting with just yet, but instead for us to be observing. So why does this transition over to the screenshots of our characters in our hero shots as well? Like, I get it here, but I don't get it here, or at least I didn't until something else clicked into place for me. Rockstar is very purposefully exposing us to these characters in a selective manner. We're supposed to be drawn into them from an outsider's perspective. We are supposed to see Jason's lack of direction, almost a lost soul. We are supposed to realize and see Lucia's fierceness. We are supposed to realize Jason's military background. We are supposed to notice Lucia's and Jason's independence from one another. We are supposed to slowly but surely work them out for ourselves, which says to me one major thing: freedom of choice. It's no secret that Rockstar's always had a fairly linear approach to storytelling. These kinds of huge games are difficult, and then to throw even more unpredictability into them, that's tough. With a game that gives us so much freedom elsewhere, the narratives have always been quite rigid. However, I strongly believe that this GTA might hold a difference in player choice narratives. This is a game that has been in development for so damn long, actual teenagers have grown up and had their own kids since the last game. This game is a monster in size of scale and ambition. So, and this is going to be the boldest statement I think I'm ever going to make when it comes to this game, and this will horribly backfire when the game comes out and I am wrong, I don't think we have to play Jason and Lucia as a couple. Yeah, I really don't. I think it's 100% optional, and the game will respond differently if you do, with alternative options, dates, special activities. You know the kind I mean. Oh yeah, I 100% think we're getting hot coffee back in this game. Look, the world has changed and Rockstar knows it. But on the flip side, I think this could also be approached as a purely business relationship. Sure, the narrative might go, hey, come on, let's give it a try, but I think if you show zero interest, it'll open up a new pathway where the romance and the love interest side of the story doesn't kick in. Let's not forget, men and women can be friends without fucking. Look, it's a bold thought process, I get it, but I fucking love theory crafting, even if I'm wrong. It's something I love to do here, and until the next year, I have all this time to sit here and nerd out with fan theories and concepts, and then deliver them to you and say, what do you guys think? I could be completely wrong, but that's why it's just an observation. If you like this kind of stuff though, you can hit the subscribe button, like the video, and join in with the conversation. I read every comment you guys post, so if there's a theory you have or something you've noticed, feel free to let me know below. However, I just wanted to let you guys sort of see this and talk about this, and that's it for this week. I'll be back next week, my dudes, and I'll see you guys then. Have a great week.